if the Hindu identity is removed from the calculus of Bharat or India, then India will no more remain recognizable, and it would have severed its roots from its civilizational past, from its spiritual past, and its religious past. So I don't see the point in beating around the bush, and the reason why this becomes crucial is because increasingly we are being told, even by guardians of Hinduism, that when you say Rashtra Sarvopari, what is the conception of that Rashtra? What is the identity of that Rashtra? If tomorrow it becomes a non-Hindu Rashtra, it would still remain a Rashtra, and all of us would be expected to be patriotic to that particular Rashtra. Is that something that we are comfortable living with, or is that the exact reason for the need for Hindutva as a concept? The idea is to preserve what has emanated from this land, what has been passed over to us by our ancestors for thousands of years. And if that is the case, there is no need to dilute that core message to reach out to those people who are uncomfortable with the message. See, there are two ways in which you market a particular idea, according to me. One, don't dilute the core, but convey it better, articulate it better so that its reach is better. The other strategy is that you dilute the core to such an extent that it becomes agreeable to everyone. If you believe that any idea is going to be acceptable to all sections of society at all points of time, then fundamentally you fail to understand human psychology. You can never please everyone all the time. There will always be detractors and dissenters who have a problem with anything that you present. I say this from my experience in terms of finding detractors and dissenters to my positions, not from the left, but from the non-left also. So why should I dilute the core message? Because once you start diluting the core message, saying, oh, this particular section of the audience has a problem with this idea, so let me either shut up or let me dilute the message, where does that stop? It is a slippery slope. Then what is the difference between political appeasement of a section of the society and civilizational appeasement of a section of the society? I would say civilizational appeasement is even worse and disastrous and dangerous, because that is the one place where you expect absolute honesty in terms of what you stand for, so that there is no room for negotiation. There is no room for bargaining whatsoever. There is no room for any kind of wielding or change. If change has to come, it must come from the other side, not from you. This is my fundamental nature, and this is also the training of a lawyer speaking in terms of a negotiation. You don't start with the idea of compromise when you sit at a negotiating table. You don't give up your position unless and until the other side blinks. It is a staring contest, and it's not just a staring contest for the purposes of ego satisfaction. There is a lot at stake in this contest. You dilute your position, it has cascading effects and domino effects for everyone who's hoping that you will not blink in this fight. Those who think that you're standing in the way of what is coming our way, if they think that you've already started dithering and wavering, then who is going to protect us? I am never going to put my faith in any government-based entity. I have never put faith in the state, and as someone who has practiced law for 14 years, and I've seen how these games play themselves out in different judicial fora, I am absolutely clear about the fact that those who are actively in the race for power must be kept in power, because perhaps we don't have any other option. But you should never, ever, ever put all your eggs in the political basket. And that means you must keep your plan B ready, which is the cultural basket.